G'day guys, my name's Jackson Pugh. I'm down at Snap Fitness Darwin today. Going to do my Cert 4 in fitness with the AIPT. I'm going to do the practical simulation today. We're down here today using the boxing room. All the gym users are aware that we're up here. I've checked all the equipment previous to training and it's all working spot on. No faulty equipment. No hazards present in our area that we're going to be training, and given my client half an hour notice, and should be here shortly, ready to go. Alright, today I've got my good mate Sam here. I'm going to take him through a training session. I've known Sam for a couple of years now. He's played in a couple of elite sporting teams, so he's pretty on it when it comes to fitness. I've emailed Sam a pre-screening health check and a bit of a questionnaire prior to training, just to save a bit of time, of course, and he's emailed that back. No outstanding health conditions or anything that we need to worry about. His weight, heights, all within the good range. Blood pressure's all good. Nothing I really need to worry about before commencing training. Sam's outlined that he wants to sort of improve his strength, along with a bit of cardiovascular as well. So we're going to hit this session today. We're going to cover a few strength exercises with Sam. Then we're going to do a cardio component. I'm going to touch base on a few special populations. And then we're going to finish with a couple of light stretches and just a bit of a cool down. Alright Sam, you got any questions mate? Or?
No, I think it's been pretty much explained to me. So
all good?
Good mate.
Yep, alright. Let's get this started mate. Alright, for our first strength component we're going to do a bodyweight push-up with Sam. We're looking to get out about 10 reps. 65 to 70% of the 1MO. I'm just going to take Sam through the correct technique of a push-up, and then I'm going to get him to do a couple. All right, Sam. Welcome on, mate. Starting position. Hands about shoulder width apart. Get into a nice neutral position. Engage your abs. The head looking slightly forward. I want you to really focus on your breathing, mate. So I want you to inhale, down, and exhale on the way up, okay? So I don't want any of this, mate. Don't want any of that. I want a nice straight back. Engage your abs. Alright, and if you can, I want you just to slightly push your shoulders back, mate, so you're really focusing on hitting that chest. Inhale, down, and exhale. We've got that, mate? Alright, let's run through a couple. So just hang on once you get in that position. Alright, so I want you to just lower the back a little bit. I really want you to focus on engaging the core. Okay. Alright, good position, mate. Let's go. It's 10 of the best. Good, mate. Really focus on that breathing. Good, mate. Good. Good, mate. Really engage that chest. Good, focus on that breathing. Good, mate, good. Keep that back nice and straight. Engage the core, engage the core. Keep the core engaged the whole time. Good. Alright. One more. Good, mate. Engage that core. Perfect, perfect. Alright, that'll do you, fella. Good, mate. Alright, Sammy. We're going to hit another strength component. We're going to hit a single arm bent over row. This is an awesome back builder. Awesome way to get your traps, your lats going. Also your rear delts. It's one of my favourite exercises, so I'm going to run you through it. Then we're going to perform probably another set of 10, either side, mate. And so there you go. Alright, so I'll run you through it, mate. So we're just going to start with a lightweight today, mate. 6 kilos, nice and easy. Really focus on the form. Set up a bit of a bench here. You can do it with a slightly inclined bench if you want, or a flat bench. Depends on preference. Okay. I want you to put your knee, put one hand on the bench, leg out, nice stable position, always stable position. And I want you to really focus on your core, mate. So, as with every exercise, your core is extremely important and it stays engaged the whole time, okay? You don't want an arch back this way, that way. You want a nice neutral spine all the way down. Okay, you can bend over. And again, like with the push-up, mate, I want you to really focus on your breathing, okay? So inhale, exhale. So get the nice neutral position. Right, once you start with the weight down there, breath in, engage your core, and up, okay? And at the top, I want you to you feel it in your lats, mate. I want you to give them a bit of a squeeze on the way up and down. Okay, that's a pretty slow tempo, mate, so maybe go at a tempo of about this. I really want you to get a nice squeeze through that midsection of your back and also your lats, mate, and maybe 10 reps or so. So give it a go, mate. Okay. So you could probably bring this foot out a little bit more, mate, just to drop these hips slightly. Okay. It's a pretty good position there, mate. And I want you to get that neutral spine, mate. So I don't want an arch. Good. That's good, mate. I can see it. That's going to hit there already. Alright, so I want you to inhale, exhale on the way up. Good. I like to keep my elbow nice and close, mate, because I believe it gives you a better squeeze. Good. Exhale, mate. Remember to exhale. And I want you to engage that core. Good, good, good rep, good rep. That's good, mate. Perfect. How does that feel, alright? Couple more. Good, mate. You look very solid. So really try to engage these, mate. Good, good squeeze. Remember to keep breathing, mate. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale on the way up. Good. Engage that core. That'll do, mate. Okay. Right, now I want you to swap over to the other side. And you can do it on. Yep. Whichever way you comfortable, mate. Alright, same thing, Sammy. Good. On a nice neutral spine. That one's just over there, mate. Alright. Neutral spine. Slightly tip that forward. Okay. That's it, mate. Good. Keep that breathing.
This is our boxing room. Hey, Doctor.
Hey, listen. Right. Good, mate. Good. Now exhale. Perfect, mate. Perfect. Good. I want you to focus on that core. Good. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Engage that back. Traps. Lats. Rebalance. Perfect, mate. 2 more. Let's go. Good form, mate. Good form. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to run through our third and final strength component today, mate. An old favourite, the weighted lunge. We've just got 6 kilo weights, mate. We're going to be holding in either hand. I'm going to run you through the correct technique of how I want you to do it. And then we'll hit another 10 reps either side, mate. Legs aren't too sore. Alright, so I'll give you a side view first, mate. So I just want you to hang your weights down to the side in a nice comfortable position. I want you to step forward. I want you to have the weight on the heel of your foot to the mid of your foot. And I don't want you to bend forward or anything, mate. I want you nice, straight back. I want you to drop that back knee. I want you to come up to the starting position, okay? Again, step forward, straight back, drop that back knee, and up into the starting position. Yeah. I'll show you some more version of it. Okay, nice starting position, neutral back. Now I want you to keep a nice posture on it. So I want you to get your shoulders back, step forward, drop that back knee, and up into the starting position. Up the side, drop that knee. I really want you to avoid any slumping over like this, mate, so I want you to keep a nice straight spine. Up into the starting position. This exercise is great for your glutes, mate, hamstrings, quads, progressive overload. We'll get some more weight, and you can really generate some good strength gains from this exercise, mate. So, I want you to do a couple facing this way, mate. And see how you go. And also, I'll just reiterate on it, mate. Core, it's essential that you maintain a nice tight core and you breathe. So inhale, on the way up, exhale, back to the starting position. Okay, mate. And step forward, drop that back knee, and up into the starting position. Good, good, good. Other side. Go to the other side, just go rotating. Good, good. Go back to the nice position there, mate. Make sure you maintain the core strength and you breathe. Inhale. Good, good. Really keep tight through the glutes too, mate. Perfect, mate. That's good from there. Keep going. A couple more. 3 more either side, mate. And up. Perfect, mate. Focus on that breathing. Maintain that core strength. Stay tight through your glutes. And explode back up, mate. Perfect. Good, 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 good. And that will do us, mate. Perfect. Well done, mate. Alright, Sam. Now for our cardio component, mate. I've chosen the roll today. Great form of cardio. Muscular endurance. Depending on the intensity, muscular strength, cardiovascular endurance. It's a really good cardio exercise, mate. So you've obviously used one of these before. Yep. Alright, I'll just run you through this style, mate. This style has got a couple of different settings, so you can change the intensity. If you've got down here. Also, it's got the menu. So I'll just get you to roll it up, which will activate. Yep, that's it. So you've got just row. You can select a customised workout. It's got your games, which you probably don't want to be playing games. Got information, and that's about it, mate. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to focus on a couple of key areas, like maintaining a nice, strong back and core. Are you breathing? Inhale, exhale. I really want you to focus on that. Shoulders. You should bring the shoulders back. Keep them nice and strong, mate. And what we're going to do is we're going to go a minute of standard rowing. And I'm going to take it up 2 notches. And we're going to go another minute standard rowing. And then we're going to pick the intensity up. I'm going to take it up to level 10, just because I think that you're capable of rowing at level 10. And we're going to go for another minute after that, okay? Alright, mate, so set up. Just want you to get that nice position, mate. So really want you to focus on nice straight back, shoulders back. Beautiful, mate. So we'll start on 5. Let's go. We're going to row for a minute, mate. Starting now. Let's go, mate. It's a nice pace that you can maintain for a minute. Good, good. We've also got the amount of meters you're covering, calories. Really good machine, actually. Focus on that breathing, mate. Focus on breathing. Good. 42 seconds, mate. 15 to go. We're going to bump it up, we're going to press the intensity. Keep growing now, Sam, keep growing. A minute, we'll bump it up to 7. There we go for another minute, mate. Let's go. Stay strong through the backs, through the core. Nice, mate, nice. Breathe, breathe. Inhale, exhale. Good, good, good. That's it, mate. Focus on that squeeze on the way back. Let's go. Squeeze. After 20 seconds, then we're going to bump it up, mate. We're going to pick the intensity up. Good. Keep those shoulders back. That's fine, in a neutral position, mate. Bring your head down a little bit. Good. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bump it right up, mate. 10, let's go. Do another minute, mate. I want you to keep the same form. Breathe, mate, breathe, good. Well done, mate. Use those legs as power generated. Your feet all the way through to your back, mate. Under 30 seconds, Sam. Pick that pace up. Pick the pace up. Good. About 20 seconds to go, mate. Keep that breathing strong through your core, solid through your back, mate. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. I want you to keep going, mate. I'm going to slack it right off. I'm just going to do a nice cool down minute. Nice and slow. Breathe, get the breath back, mate. Good. Good. Well done, mate. Keep that nice posture. Shoulders back. Good. Get that breath back, mate. Another 10 to go, mate. Focus on that breathing and the core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, mate. Back her up. Have a breather. Right, Sammy, what we've got today, mate, an old favourite. We're going to jump on the bike for probably 3 to 5 minutes. This style of bike has got an adjustable seat to suit. Got your lock-ins for your feet, which is also a really good feature. And on the right-hand grip, you've got your gearing to adjust the intensity. Forward is a lighter pedal, back is a heavier pedal. What we're going to do today is we're going to utilise the lighter and heavier gearing. We're going to go 1 minute of in the saddle on the lighter side of pedalling. Then we're going to go a minute of up out of the saddle. I want you to wind that back, increase the intensity. We're going to go for a minute of that, okay? You're going to experience your heart rate go up and down, of course. So you're going to go through a higher intensity period. And then when you're back in the saddle, your heart rate's probably going to go back down a little bit. But throughout the whole exercise, I just want you to focus on getting a nice rhythm and getting those breaths in, mate. So, right, so I want you to sit on that, set it up for you. So ideally you want to be in the saddle, foot at the bottom of the pedal. It's just about straight so you can generate all the power through your legs, mate. So get that at a reasonable intensity, something you can think you can do for a minute. And we're now, mate. Let's go. Good, mate, good. I want you to focus on breathing. Pick that up a little bit, mate, just to increase that intensity. Good, good. Breathe, get that nice breath. Get a pattern going, mate, so you want to find yourself falling into a bit of a rhythm. I don't want you too slumped over either, mate, so I want that back nice and straight. Good, mate, good. Another 15 seconds of that, mate. Then we're going to crank her up. I want you to get out of the saddle. I want you to go for a minute, man. Three, two, one. Crank her up. Right, out of the saddle. Good, good. You go for a minute of this. You've got to find your heart rate's going to jump up, mate. I want you to keep that nice breathing pattern. Strong through your core. Really explosive through your legs, mate. Glutes, quads, hammies, absolutely firing at the moment, mate. Got your calves, good, good. It's good posture there too, mate. Good positioning. That's 30 seconds, another 30 to go. Alright, push it out. Good. Keep breathing, mate. Keep breathing. Come on, get going. We've got 15 to go, mate. 15 seconds. Good, good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in the saddle, mate. Good. Lighten it off a bit. And go for another minute. Let's go. And now's the time to really suck it in, recover, bring that heart rate back down, mate. Allow the body to pump some blood to those muscles. Go for a minute of this. Then we're going to charge for another minute out of the saddle, mate. Then that will do us. Good. Maintaining a nice posture. Strong through your core. Keep breathing, Sam. Keep breathing. Good, mate. Good. 15 seconds to go in the saddle. How you feeling, mate? All right? Another 5 seconds, you ready to charge? Right, let's go. Out of the saddle. Good. Get that heart rate going, mate. Get that heart rate going. Nice, mate. Nice. Get the nice position. That's good. Breathe, mate. Breathe. Nice rhythm. Good intensity, mate. Good intensity. Here we go, mate. 20 seconds to go. Gauge that core, mate. Be strong through the core. Good. Keep those pins firing. Let's go. 15 more seconds, mate. 8, 7, push it out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back in the saddle. We're going to have 30 seconds of the saddle cool down. Keep it ticking over. It's 30 seconds cool down, mate. Nice and easy. Get that breath back. Get that blood back into the muscles. Get rid of that lactic acid. Beautiful, mate. Finish her up there. Well done. Alright, Sam, bit of cardio component. It's good for your muscular endurance too, muscular strength, what you want to improve on. What we're going to do is we're going to 30 seconds uppercut on the bag. So I want you to nice strong stance. 30 seconds uppercut. Good solid intense 30 seconds. And just turn around. Do the speed ball work. A minute on this, 30 seconds on this. I'll just finish strong with a minute on this. Nice and simple. It's going to increase your heart rate. It's going to get the blood flowing. You're going to feel a lot of lactic acid build up in the arms. So I just want you to try to keep pushing through that, mate. If you need to stop, and of course stop, but I think you're capable of this. That's about it, mate. So let's get this on the road. Alright, I'll say wait, mate. Alright, let's go. Good. Good intensity, mate. Good. Strong to the core, mate. Strong to the core. 5. Pick it up. 3, 2, 1. Up. Into the speed ball. Good. Coordination there too, mate. Get nice and relax to the shoulders and breathe, mate. Breathe. Keep going. 20 more seconds. Push. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So 10 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Uppercuts. Uppercuts, mate. Nice solid stance. Good. Come on, get that pace, get that tempo. Find the rhythm, mate. You've got to find the rhythm. I want you to breathe. Go on, mate, find that rhythm. Another 10 seconds, let's go. Good stance there, mate, good solid stance. 3, 2, 1. Alright, into the ball, let's go. Finish your strong, mate. Finish your strong. Good. Good coordination, mate. Get that nice stance. Engage the core. Let's go. Keep going, mate. Keep going. Good, mate. Good. Find that rhythm. Get that breathing cycle going, mate. Keep going, mate. Keep going. 15 seconds. Get that stance. Finish off strong, mate. Keep going. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, mate. Good. Alright, so we go through a few stretches now, mate, to finish off the session. Of course, I always advise a cool down and then followed by a couple of stretches. What we'll do first, mate, is we'll hit the hamstrings. So, you've probably done this 1,000 times, mate, but I'll just run you through it. So, tuck this leg in here. I like to try to keep a nice straight spine. Pretty much. Stand to your toes. Hold that for usually a good 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds. And then just swap over, mate. Do the same. So instead of arching right over like this with your back, try to keep a nice straight spine. Right, hit that fella. Good, mate. You feel that through your hamstring, mate? Just want a good stretch, nothing painful. Sort of push yourself a little bit if you can, just to where you're still comfortable. That's good, mate. Swap that over. Good, mate. Yeah, try and keep that back straight. stretch, mate. Good. Beautiful, mate. Right, I'm going to take you through, we're going to do a bit of latissimus dorsi. So, relax. Nice easy one, mate. Just pretty much just bending down to the side like that. Put your arm up here. Run your hand down your leg like that. Get that stretch, both sides. And just really try to stretch your latissimus dorsi. Good. Try to get a good stretch in there. Good. Feel it for a minute, mate. It's up for your arm. Yeah, couple of side. Good. Good, mate. Good. One more. Beautiful, mate. Well done. And just to finish off, we'll do a pectoral stretch. So, probably the easiest way to do that, mate, is just find something. You can do it with a right angle elbow, or your arm out straight. So, just for this sec, we'll do a right angle elbow. I just want you to bring your chest forward and just feel a stretch through your pectorals, right? So do that, either side. About 30 to 45 seconds, usually with stretch. So yeah, you just want to rotate your body, feel your stretch through your head. Feel that stretch through your pecs, mate. Maybe you can take this elbow up slightly. Yeah, that's the go. Swap it over, mate. No, just one of each side. Good. Stretch through like that. And try and push your chest forward. That's good, mate. Good. Feel that stretch here. Beautiful. Right, mate. That pretty much wraps up our session for today. Cheers for that, mate. It's been a pleasure. And see you next time, mate. G'day guys, great session with Sam there. I just want to touch base on a couple of things that I didn't mention throughout the video. When I'm training someone experienced as Sam, who's been in and out of the gym for a long time, and like I said, he's been involved in a lot of elite sporting clubs, I might use a lot of shorthand words for your muscles, like your glutes and your traps and whatnot. If I was to run through with a new client that wanted to learn the correct terminology of the muscles and whatnot, just say for your push-up would be your pectorals or your anterior delts, the main muscle groups that would be being used through that exercise. For your bent over row, for example, your latissimus dorsi, your trapezius, and probably your posterior delts would be your large muscle groups being used there. For your bodyweight lunge that I took Sammy through with, would be your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your gluteus maximus. So I just wanted to touch base on that quickly. With Sam, I did use a bit of short term there. With a new client that wanted to learn, I'll definitely use the correct terminology. I also wanted to touch base on some special populations. So just how I'd alter the training with your special populations. For example, if somebody came in with high blood pressure, hypertension, I'd have to, of course, alter the training due to your risks such as heart attack, things like kidney failure, stroke. They're all real risks when it comes to hypertension. So you've got to be extremely careful when training. How I'd alter my training, the intensity would probably be a little bit lower for someone with hypertension, just as the blood pressure is already extremely high. With high intensity exercises, of course, it would build up even more, and that's when it's open to those risks. Just say for your push-ups, I I'd probably do just say a lower intensity wall push-up where you're more upright, and just the blood pressure is not so high. Try to avoid exercises where you're working a lot, hands over your head and hands over your shoulder, because that also increases the blood pressure there. So you want to try to avoid exercises like that. With hypotension, low blood pressure, that's also very real risks, such as like fainting, dizziness, fatigue easily. So that's also something you've got to watch out for. And of course, you'd alter your training to something where you weren't getting up and down off the ground so much, and sort of intensity wouldn't be so high. Of course, I want to touch on the lower back pain. Lower back pains are pretty common in the fitness industry. A lot of the time it's due to poor form with exercises, or it can be hereditary, or it can be just the way you're designed. So if somebody was to come in with lower back pain, I'd definitely try to avoid the high compact, high intensity activities, things like deadlifts, the squats, high compound exercises like that, where it puts a lot of strain on your lower back and your spine. So definitely try to avoid those things. Use a belt, lifting belt where possible, to take a little bit of strain off your lower back, possibly, or a Swiss ball. That can also be utilised to take a lot of strain off your lower back. So things like that, you definitely need to be taken into consideration. Someone with a shoulder injury, so say me come in with a shoulder injury, I'd have to alter training quite a bit, due to we're very reliant on our deltoids. We use them for nearly everything. So your push up, your bent over row, your rowing, all those exercises are very reliant on your deltoids. So I would have to alter them to a lower intensity, maybe a wall push up, maybe even a lighter weight with a bent over row. There are a couple of examples there. So again, try to avoid high compound exercises. Maybe incorporate some band work or something like that, some rehab. That'd definitely be taken into consideration. Knee injury, the same. Somebody come in with a knee injury, you definitely try to avoid a lot of squatting. Maybe your lunges with a lighter weight, or slightly alter them. Want to try to avoid that high compound exercises again. Swimming is extremely good for knee injury and shoulder injury work, just because it's a lot lighter on the body. And apart from that, guys, I think that pretty much sums it up. Till next time, thank you.